Hey, welcome to Black Gumbo Southern Gardening. Hey, if you've got leggy tomatoes, I've got the solution for you. Let's go. This will be just a very short video today. And the reason I'm making a short video on how to deal with leggy tomatoes is many new gardeners ask me that question. What's wrong with my tomatoes? Why are they so stretchy and tall? Well, let me show you. It's easy to deal with that. Look at this guy. This is a morning sun tomato, and it's leggy. When we talk leggy tomatoes, it just means that they've grown very, very tall, and they won't be able to stand up on their own without staking. You're probably going to have to stake all your tomatoes anyway, especially if they're indeterminates. But yeah, a leggy tomato, people often get all upset about leggy tomatoes. They're like, why are my tomatoes so long? Well, they're stretching for light. It's usually a sign of insufficient light in your on your grow lights. Or maybe you've grown them in a window and they really stretch to get to that sun. Leggy tomatoes, but that's no problem. People always say, why do you have such leggy tomatoes? It doesn't matter. I'm going to show you how to deal with a leggy tomato today. I'm also going to show you how to deal with some leggy tomato seedlings. Here's an example of leggy seedlings, especially this one right here. Look how tall and spindly that is. That's kind of crazy, huh? Yeah, these guys, they were reaching for the lights. They're ready to be potted up. And we've got to get these out of here and separate them. I've got 3 kinds here I want to put into larger pots today. I've got some clementines, I've got some Romas, and I've got some Martha Washingtons. And they're all stretchy. What do? We bury them. I'll show you. I'm going to work these out. I need a little pencil to pop these plugs out. Just like that. And I'm going to take some healthy ones here. There's one, a single one. That'll go. Now what you could do with these is just thin, since there's only 2 or 3 in each hole, you could just thin them by trimming at the soil level, or you could divide them, like this one here has a little bit more seedlings in the plug here. You could divide them. Let me show you how easy it is. You just kind of break up your soil, leaving a few roots there. I've showed you this on a previous video. And then you just kind of pull these apart gently. And you don't need much root. That's all the root you need on the bottom of a tomato. I've got a nice long one there. This will be a good winner. That's going in. Here's another one. Got a few roots on the bottom. That's all you need. These tomatoes, man, they'll just grow for you. This one has a few little bitty roots on the end. That will grow. And then this one has a nice little bit of roots here. So we're going to plant these up just like that. I'm going to look for the healthiest plants. Those are not so healthy compared to these with the larger leaves. So we'll hold these back. Take this one here, for example. There's 2 of them in that one. I think we could probably break these apart. It's a dirty process, but someone's got to do it. Take that guy right out of there. Not the healthiest looking specimen either. That one's not bad, but look how leggy it is. Here's what we're going to do. I filled these up so they wouldn't blow away, but I need to have them almost empty. I'm going to take my cup, labeled. I'm going to drop this guy way deep, and I'm going to fill in around it with this potting mix. And I'm going to bury it all the way up to the top of this cup. Press it down, add some more soil. Now, it's still a little bit leggy, but it's not that leggy. All those hairs on there, that has the potential to sprout roots. So there, that's how you handle a leggy tomato. You plant it deep. I'm going to show you how to do a few more of these. We're going to take this guy. That's a nice healthy clementine. I'm going to drop this whole thing in there, just like so. Pack the soil around. Here I am off camera doing stuff. Pack the soil around this guy. Pretty high up. If you had taller cups, you could plant these all the way up to here. You could even pull these cotyledons off, just like that. These are the original leaves, cotyledons. Gently pinch them off, and you can plant all the way up to there if you needed to. Leggy tomatoes, they don't matter. Just plant deep. We're going to pot up this other plant over here after I get these seedlings transferred. And I'll show you how to pot up a leggy tomato plant into a pot. We're going to plant our morning sun tomato in this pot. We're going to work on keeping this guy, although he's an indeterminate plant, we're going to try to keep him a little small because this is about the smallest pot that I will put a tomato plant in. I figure that's about 5 gallons. I've grown in 5-gallon buckets before, and you can do it if you keep them fertilized and you water them regularly, especially the watering. You have to stay on top of that. Fertilize every 2 weeks with a all-around vegetable garden fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, and you should be able to grow in a container. But what I want to illustrate today is how high we're going to plant this guy and how deep in our soil. So let's fill this up. I'm going to use, in the bottom half, I'm going to fill it up with just a peat moss planting mix. That's real nice. This peat moss looks like soil. It looks like it's been composted. I like this stuff. It's so rich looking. Alright, before we go any further, let's get us a hole dug. Y'all, I honestly don't know if I'm going to be able to use any of this video I'm shooting today because of the outrageous noise. We've got contractors working in our house, running a saw tile. We've got crazy wind, but here we go. I've dug a hole almost to the bottom. What we're going to do is remove the leaves along the stem all the way up to the point we're going to plant our tomato plant. Now that's all I've left on there. Leggy tomato. We're going to plant it all the way up to there. You might say this is ready to come out. Now, here's what I'm going to do. See how the roots are circling? I'm just going to break those up a bit. When a plant has circling roots, it can sometimes tend to stay that way. And you could break these up. It doesn't matter if you break some off. Tomato plants are forgiving. And we've already removed some of the leaves, so we're not supporting as many leaves as before. So just break up some of those roots. Here's the deal. Plant it way deep. Way down deep. Now we're going to backfill all the way up to here. For the top part, I'll be using what I have been placing in my up-potting cups. This Garden Gold Professional Growers Blend. It too is a product that was sent to me by OrchidSupplyStore.com. And I think these products are very, very, very good. I'll be reviewing them in full, like I said, in their own video. This is going to take forever. But I got time. Hope you do too. Just kidding. I'll edit the boring part out. There we go. We no longer have a leggy tomato. I'm going to leave some space for mulch. You always want to mulch a potted plant like this because that helps suppress weeds, and it also helps in a pot like this, since it's just a small sample of soil. In the heat, these things can evaporate off all the moisture in here. And a layer of mulch will help slow that down. So I need to find some mulch and place it on here. But for now, there you go. We no longer have a leggy tomato. There's a good spot for it. One thing watering your plants in really well does is help that soil settle down and any air gaps collapse. And you want that. You want that soil in touch with all those little hairs along the stem, because that's how your stem is going to form roots. Hey, thanks for joining me for this very short video on how to deal with leggy tomatoes. I hope you enjoy our content. Please subscribe if you haven't. Hit that like bell down there. That really helps us out. And hey, we'll talk to you next time. Happy gardening. Bye-bye.